published 1816 EDT, the 8th of October 2017, updated 0630 EDT, the 9th of October 2017. Gordon Strachan refused to discuss his future as Scotland manager after a 22 draw in Slovenia sunk the nation's hopes of a World Cup playoff place. His team needed to win in the Stoza Stadium to claim one of the 8 best second-place finishes in qualifying. A superb opener by Lee Griffiths saw them leading 10 at half-time, but Slovenia substitute Roman Bezjak hammered 2 nails into Scotland's coffin with goals in the 52nd and 71st minutes. Scotland manager Gordon Strachan has refused to talk about his future late Robert Snodgrass leveller wasn't enough to prevent the Scots suffering fresh heartbreak, with hopes of their first appearance in a major final since the 1998 World Cup wrecked as they finished third behind Slovakia on goal difference. Asked if he had a decision to reach on his future as manager after a second failed campaign in charge, Strachan declined to cast any light on his plans. "You have to ask that question, but you know fine well that I'm going to say I am the last person I'm thinking about now," he said. "Players, staff and family, I want to make sure they're all right. The players' families have backed them up and everything else. So we are looking after them at the moment. Scotland have not played at a major tournament since 1998, and this draw means the wait now extends beyond 20 years. We are hurting. No one is hurting like the players. It's impossible. The fans can't hurt like that. I can't hurt. There shouldn't be any talk about what I'm thinking or what I'm doing at this moment in time, because I am just looking after them. Me, it's not a problem. I am proud, really proud, to be their manager." Inevitably, Strachan will face many questions over the managerial decisions which resulted in the latest agonizing failure for the national team. After 4 points from a possible 12 in the first 4 games, his revitalized side finished with 14 from the last 18 and 6 games unbeaten. That came as scant consolation, however, with Scotland's absence from major international finals now extending beyond 20 years. Strachan commiserates with his players who paid the price for a sluggish performance during the second half. Strachan admitted at this moment it's a big disappointment, but my disappointment is nothing compared to the players. You saw them at the end of the game. I don't think I've seen a group of players as exhausted after a match. As I said to them, they can go away and feel really proud of themselves. I think some of them pushed themselves to places they didn't think they could actually go. The Scots lost 2 goals to poor defending from set pieces after having kept 3 clean sheets in the previous 3 games. Aston Villa winger Robert Snodgrass set up a frantic finale by hooking in a second for Scotland late on, but it was to no avail, blaming genetics for a lack of height and strength to pick from. Strachan added, "We were against a physically stronger side, a side that hadn't let a goal in here in this campaign. But we took the lead. We just knew set pieces would be a problem and they scored with 2 of them. But you can't change our genetics. I can't just pick the biggest people in Scotland. Technically we're fine, but our guys have to work harder to get on the ball than bigger lads at 6'3" ins." Roman Bezjak celebrates scoring Slovenia's equaliser as World Cup qualification hopes slipped away from Scotland physically. "We have a problem. We seem to be able to fight it and battle it and get through just on sheer determination and skill and work rate, and that takes a lot out of you. That is what has happened tonight. These guys have put so much into this. I really do feel for them. But they can also feel really pleased with themselves." Likely to now take time to consider his future as manager, with no immediate rush for a decision, Strachan claimed it's an honor to be their coach. "I've been fortunate to have been successful in my own career and get to places. But with all due respect for the lads I played with, some who are my mates now, this group are as good as anything I've worked with." Bezjak held his nerve to slot home from 8 yards to mean Scotland needed 2 goals to keep playoff hopes alive. "This group do it for nothing. They do it for their country, their families and the fans. So it's an honor to work with them, and they're hurting badly. When I look back, I think you have given it a right good shot, and they left nothing in the dressing room. Over the last 2 games especially, they gave it everything they had. We've just been beaten in the end on goal difference to Slovakia, who are an excellent side. I have never been in a dressing room as silent as that. That was a real hurting silence. I really have to thank them for the effort they have put in.